The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus and his disciples set out for the villages of Caesarea Philippi. Along the way, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" They said in reply, "John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others one of the prophets." And he asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter said to him in reply, "You are the Christ." Then he warned them not to tell anyone about him. He began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed and rise after 3 days. He spoke this openly. Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. At this he turned around and, looking at his disciples, rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan. You are thinking not as God does, but as human beings do." He summoned the crowd with his disciples and said to them, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and that of the gospel will save it." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Recently, I've been reading this book that talks about how all human beings, for all human history, have had this deep longing inside of ourselves, this deep hunger. A hunger for something more, something deeper from life. You could call it deeper joy, deeper peace, wholeness, completeness, the fullness of life. That we're all hungering to be filled. Now, from a religious perspective, we would say we're hungering for salvation, ultimately. And throughout human history, there's been different answers to how to solve this human hunger that we have. Eastern mysticism says that we just need to get rid of the desire. That desire you find in yourselves for more, for something deeper, you got to get rid of that desire. That's the method of Eastern mysticism. Another option is what American ideology provides. Americanism is basically that I need to take things out in the world and keep filling myself so that hunger might go away. So I just need to have better things. If I just got a better job, or a better house, or a better phone, or a better vacation, if I just keep filling myself, then that hunger might stop. I might finally feel the fullness of life that I've been desiring. And I gotta make sure to keep myself comfortable. If there's any suffering that comes into my life, I gotta avoid it at all costs. That's the American kind of ideology. Well, Jesus gives us a third option in today's gospel. The second option is what Peter kind of believes in. But that's the way human beings think. Jesus' way, the third way, is very paradoxical. It's very countercultural to our world today. What did he tell us? If you ultimately want to have salvation, if you want the fullness of life, which the Messiah, Christ, is going to bring about, then you're going to need to deny yourself. You're going to have to take up your cross, and you're going to have to lose your life for the sake of Christ and his gospel. The complete opposite of what we're taught in our world, right? Christ is saying it's not by filling yourself that you're going to find the fullness of life. It's actually by emptying yourself. How paradoxical. How countercultural. And yet this is the way of Christ. This is the way to the true and lasting peace and freedom that we're ultimately desiring. And no, it doesn't come instantly. Recently, I was talking to a woman and she said, well, now I'm trying to follow Christ. Basically, why isn't my life better? Because the way of Christ isn't easy. It doesn't bring instant gratification. Yes, when we first start following Christ, we are filled with a certain level of joy and peace. This is what Peter must have felt when he left everything to follow Christ. But as we journey with the Lord's way is tough. It's hard. To live a life of authentic love and truth is a cross. If every day we are trying to live a life of love and trying to do the right thing and trying to fulfill our vocation to the best of our ability, it's going to cause a cross. It's a cross to be a parent. All of you parents know that. It's a cross at times to be married. It's a cross at times to be a priest. To be elderly is a cross. To be single is a cross. Life is filled with crosses. The question is, what are we going to do with them? Yes, we can try to distract ourselves as if they don't exist. We can try to hide from them. We can complain about them. We can run away from them. But Jesus says, embrace the cross with me. Walk with me with your cross. I'm not going to abandon you, but I am asking you to pick up the cross with me. I'm not going to do it for you. St. Augustine said, God's created us without us, but he will not save us without us. He needs us to pick up our crosses. My brother once told me, if you're ever completely comfortable in life, there's something wrong. How true I have found that statement. If you're ever completely comfortable in life, there is something wrong. Because Christ's way is not comfortable. No saint has ever been completely comfortable in life. Christ was not completely comfortable in life. Peter was seeking after his own comfort, and what did Jesus say to him? Get behind me, Satan. The way of Satan is the way of always trying to be comfortable, always trying to take care of ourselves, always seeking after instant gratification for ourselves. The way of Christ is giving ourselves, surrendering ourselves, picking up our crosses. And why do we do this? Because this is the only way to true life. In today's gospel, Peter didn't even bring up the third thing Jesus was talking about. Jesus said, I'm going to suffer and I'm going to die. And that's what Peter was focused on. No, Lord, don't suffer and die. No, that's not the way. But he didn't hear the third thing Jesus was saying, that he was going to rise from the dead. Brothers and sisters, when we pick up the cross with Christ, when we give ourselves with Christ, this is what ultimately leads to the resurrection in our own life, to new life, to the fullness of life. Not instantly, not quickly, but over time. This is our faith. This is who we are as Christians. Very countercultural, very paradoxical, but it's the way that Christ taught us, and ultimately it's the only way to fill that deep hunger and longing that all of us